I'm proven. It's a mission commander, aircraft commander on the airborne asset that controls the nuclear arsenal, U.S. I established the largest military construction project in the world, overseas in the middle of the Sahara Desert, trusted to do that to push back against terrorism. I was a vaccine mandate whistleblower at the end of my career, and I led the first ever multinational force against Iran that stood down the mullahs there, and then President Trump killed General Soleimani, and God bless him, I got to go home. The historical finish against the 22-year incumbent last election, Henry Cuellar, and was cheated against that election and been fighting that ever since. So I am proven in that. Election challenge led me into not giving up the fight now, because I see how absolutely rot it is, and I'm here to finish it. Trump needs fighters. I'm endorsed by a host of other fighters: Rudy Guilliani, Peter Tickton, Roger Stone, and the list goes on. Listen, we need people that are going to stand against the machine. The machine is broken. If we don't do this right now, this is the last stand. Texas 35 is the line in the sand again. We are the Alamo. If we don't push back right now, if we don't get motivated, get wedge up the middle against Trump and score on kickoff, we're going to lose this country. I'm proven. It's a mission commander, aircraft commander on the airborne asset that controls the nuclear arsenal, U.S. I established the largest military construction project in the world, overseas in the middle of the Sahara Desert, trusted to do that to push back against terrorism. I was a vaccine mandate whistleblower at the end of my career, and I led the first ever multinational force against Iran that stood down the mullahs there, and then President Trump killed General Soleimani, and God bless him, I got to go home. The historical finish against the 22-year incumbent last election, Henry Cuellar, and was cheated against that election and been fighting that ever since. So I am proven in that. Election challenge led me into not giving up the fight now, because I see how absolutely rot it is, and I'm here to finish it. Trump needs fighters. I'm endorsed by a host of other fighters: Rudy Guilliani, Peter Tickton, Roger Stone, and the list goes on. Listen, we need people that are going to stand against the machine. The machine is broken. If we don't do this right now, this is the last stand. Texas 35 is the line in the sand again. We are the Alamo. If we don't push back right now, if we don't get motivated, get wedge up the middle against Trump and score on kickoff, we're going to lose this country.
Got it. It's U.S. Navy retired Commander Jay Furman, GOP candidate for Texas 35, newly redistricted by the big, beautiful map and the opportunity to send fire support to the president. This is an everybody patriot district. No matter where you are, you can absolutely lend some support to sending the right MAGA candidate there, not the fakers, not the moderates that are holding up votes right now, not the moderates that are trying to push back against the president's tariff regime, which is working beautifully for our country. It's the razor thin margin that Republicans have in Congress is the problem right now. That is how the establishment likes it. That's how status quo politicians like it, because they can keep the money till the national money laundering mat pointed at themselves. That is what's holding the people back. That is what creates Biden open borders. That's what creates Biden runaway Snoop Dogg level make it rain inflation. All those indices are down now. The GDP is up. Inflation is down. Real wages in the private sector are up. We are killing it. We're reducing the deficit, reducing the budget or the debt. And I tell you what, folks, it's working. But we have to give the president another remit. We have to give him another 2 years. The only way we make it profitable the next 2 years is more in Congress. Right now, 9 months away from the midterm in November, we're looking at maybe a one Republican majority in Congress. All right, that's a stalemate. And we're all sick of Republicans do nothing, say a lot of things, and then just kick the can down the road. The most important priorities of the president and myself are right now: defend the country from inside out. Mass deportations. We have to push everybody out because Biden let everybody in, and terrorists, here's a surprise for everybody. They don't like to self-identify until it's too late. So we have to restart our beautiful story of immigration in the United States. We're an immigrant country. That's our secret sauce. If you assimilate, if you buy into Western civilization, if you buy into Judeo-Christian governance. And secondly, we have to pay for it. This economy and our security are absolutely hand in hand, have been that way since our beginning. If we can't afford our bills to pay for the ships, the tanks, the airplanes, and the credible threat that we are, the massive big stick that we carry as the premier military in the world, then we don't have freedom, safety, and we can't put bread on our tables. It's all related. But those two priorities, security and economy are hand in hand. Those are the priorities that the president's driving at right now. That's why he's doing deals overseas and solving on behalf of those countries that are now doing deals with us, intractable conflicts, and all the stuff he's doing. It's incredible. This president has done more than any president in the amount of time he has to do it. But this razor thin majority projected in Congress is a problem. CD 35, Texas 35, which is South and East San Antonio, all of Guadalupe County, all of Wilson County, all of Karnes County, is going to be the Alamo here. It is going to be the fire support we send to the president if we don't send a moderate Republican, if we don't send a rhino that fakes it and then that bails on us later that we're also upset about. It's absolutely vital we do that. So I put up here behind me kind of the status of play right now. This is a poll that we just got back, and it's great news. It's great news for every God-fearing, America-loving, prosperity-focused person who loves their traditional families and loves all the freedoms we have. Because I'm that guy, and this poll says that I will be that guy in Congress if we all get behind me. I am tied with John Lujan in this poll. This is a very extensive poll, and the rigor was top notch, and it shows that Carlos de la Cruz is 8%. Okay, so take note of those numbers. We absolutely need all the preachers to get behind me, so we don't send a moderate state legislature, actually rated the most liberal state legislature, to Congress. That may even result in another impeachment vote for our president if we don't increase the majority in Congress. These are real numbers. It's a real moment to get active. We need to get off our couches, or we need to get activated on our phones. We need to put our money where our mouth is, put our feet where our mouth is. If we lose this moment for our kids, this one-time opportunity with this president and this district, nationwide call for action here, and then it's on us. We own that. Then we will, we'll reap the benefits of less safety, dollar insecurity, and the cultural slide that the distraction of the cultural attack has been to keep us distracted from those two mainline fronts that the president is moving out on as fast as he absolutely can with the firepower we give him. It is on us to send the firepower, and that's what we're going to do in CD 35. So the poll is great news. Thanks for tuning in today. This is a time where you can ask your questions. I am here for you. I am demonstrating this through the candidacy, what my office is going to be. If I work for you as your representative to make sure that you are in the sovereign seat, you are in the king's seat of this country. The people in America are the ones in charge, and I'm the one that you're going to send up to make sure that happens on your behalf at the national level. Mainly, we want to keep DC out of our business, except for the three big buckets: national defense, interstate commerce, and foreign affairs. All three bins, the president's doing amazing things, and he's shaking and breaking the penny bank of the other things and making them go away. Fantastic. Let's doge it all. We have to do that so that we don't get separated from our money and power, and that gets laundered back to crooks and criminals who are illegally voted in elections and broken elections. Election integrity is a massive focus issue because everything else depends on it. I'm still fighting election integrity battle in CD 28. The former CD 28, I ran. I still live at the same address, but I used to be CD 28 in Texas. And I ran against Henry Cuellar on the border, massive district, put 50,000 miles on my truck through that election. But listen, we got down to about 11 p.m. at night, and all of a sudden it flipped from me winning to losing at the last ballot drop. We started getting problems indicated to us, and people reaching out to the campaign day one of early voting, and people said, I didn't see your name on my electronic ballot display. I could not physically vote for you, Jay. What's going on? I thought you were on the ballot. And we said, well, we are. And so that came, and I thought, okay, anomaly, day one, day two, I'm like, oh, this might be serious. Day three, we had so many people telling us that we launched a text and we asked the entire 66,000 voting universe, or actually it was more than that. That's who ended up voting. But the entire registered voting universe in that general election, that's Democrats and Republicans who voted for me. Or who saw my name on the ballot and who did not. And we had thousands reply they did not see my name on the ballot. We went and followed up with those thousands, and we have hundreds of affidavits. Now, let me tell you, politics is a blood sport on the border. All right. It is. If you put your name on something, your address is something, you sign it, and the guys in charge aren't for that guy that you're aligned with now. That could mean your job. That can mean your kids' opportunities. That could mean your life or your health. It's no joke. So having hundreds in this historic corrupt border district, Webb County, Texas, do that. It was incredible. So we had those, and then we did an official election challenge with that. And so all this just to say is election integrity matters, and I hold them to it. I'm not talk, I am walk. Thanks for tuning in again. Please put up your questions if you have them. Tell your friends about us. What I have on my other side over here is my website. And this, all you have to do is go to commanderfurman.com and get involved in the fight. Put your address and just, I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, and then put in the email address, that is, and then put how you'd like to help us. And we would love to have that information. We will follow up you directly so that we can activate you. We have a really cool enabler for this campaign. We have an app that you don't even have to get up from the couch from, and you can actually, you know, contact all your friends and send a text that you can personalize that we prop up for you, and send that to folks and say, hey, you know, I've checked out this guy. I think you should too. And, you know, please get involved, vote, or at least tell your friends about it. Or, you know, God bless you. Come in and call bank for us. That means go through a list of people we're targeting to get to the polls, or door knock. That means knock on those doors of people that we want to get to the polls. This is how democracy happens. This is this is our democratic process for this republic. And if we don't do that, then we aren't what John Adams said, you know, immoral and engaged people. We don't deserve our country, the greatest country in the history of all time, if we aren't that kind of electorate, if we aren't that kind of person, and we don't hold our leadership accountable. The way we do that is elections. The way we do that is get involved. Did you know that 70% of Americans don't vote in elections on average? Insane. And so that's why, and that 70% is what the special interests and lobbyists have gobbled up and locked up in DC. And that's why we see Medicaid fraud and all this stuff. And they just want us to just kind of be, just numb and not paying attention, distracted and not engaged and not, involve our kids' futures. I think a lot of people got activated during COVID when the kids came home to do school, and they looked over their shoulder and said, Johnny, Susan, what are you learning? That doesn't look right. That's not the way I learn math. Oh my goodness, that's not history. Not real history, or why are we putting a racial bias to everything and not just doing, facts? So look, that's what we learned, that we were kind of dancing, behind a curtain, and now we've opened the stage and we see really what's going on. And look, that holds true in politics. That holds true in our economy. If people are the same everywhere. I'm the same. If we don't hold each other accountable, it's human nature. Then we kind of slide into the space or the gaps given. That's why our process is brilliant. But that process only works if we're engaged, again, to beat the drum. Every other system that is not like that, that's truly accountable, truly a democratic process, doesn't work. It's been actually the most inhumane thing in the world. Pol Pot, Mao, Stalin. The list is long, and it's actually autocratic systems, top-down command-controlled system, command-controlled economy, command-controlled government. Today's CCP, today's Iran, today's Russia is the most cruel and the biggest killing machine in history. They've stacked up hundreds of millions of deaths over time. And that's not the American way. We're leading the fight in freedom, religious, and total freedoms, and religious being, preeminent among them. But all of our Bill of Rights are absolutely essential. All right. With that, we're going to go over a quick training with Tim. I think we have a new training video, Tim. Let's give Tim a call and ask him that question. All right. Tim is our intrepid field director, and he's rallying all the votes there. And let's see, let's call Tim. There he is.
Commander Furman, out here in the field, but we tuned in to see your broadcast. So good stuff. For the update. We actually just stopped by the Tobin Library, where there's a pretty steady amount of people voting. We were knocking on some doors earlier live. The team, our intern, out with us as well. Got a lot of new maps ready for our volunteers. And we created a new training video. So if the voters or supporters or anybody wants to watch that, it is 6 minutes. It's coming up, but it is a must see to watch and see how easy this app is So if anybody wants to join our campaign, commanderfurman.com or commanderfurman@gmail, we can get them phone banking remotely or door knocking in person, and that quick training, 6-minute training today can show you how to do that, or text your friends and get out the word, especially with your new poll today. Congratulations on being one of the leaders in this race. So now we got to get out the vote and get everyone to go vote to win this.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks for the check-in, Tim, and great information at the polls that they're full. Maybe I should have led with this, but hey, today's the beginning of early voting, and it sounds like a lot of people know that. Runs through the 27th of February, and then Election Day is March 3rd. Incredibly important. That's the whole point. That's the shooting match. Let's get everybody out there, and we need your help to do that, and training on this Numenor app for those that want to roll their sleeves up and get it about the business of saving America. That's how we do it right here. Let's hit play.
Training video for Commander Jay Furman's door-to-door app. We are out here in the community supporting Commander Furman, and we have these awesome flyers which we will get to you, and so you can give out the flyers door-to-door using this app. Make sure you contact commanderfurman.com, sign up with an email, or email commanderfurman.com to get this app. It's called Numenor, Numinar, but you can see and target our targeted Republican voters. So this is public information. We are here with the Petrosky household. So what you do is you go up, you grab your flyer, you put the flyer on the door, you make a door knock, you wait a few seconds, and let's say maybe up to a minute. They come to the door, and then you use your own script. But we have Brandon here who votes in the primary. Amber also votes in the generals. They both do that. So a great target audience for us. We're only targeting solid Republicans, MAGA Republicans, America First Republicans. So we have a script here, but what you do is you knock on the door, they come to the door and you say, "Hi, I'm Tim. I'm a volunteer on behalf of Commander Furman. We need you to support Commander Furman. This is an important election in the primary. The decision in the primary will matter who wins this seat in the general. This is one of Trump's big, beautiful maps. And we're going to flip this seat from a Democrat to a Republican. It's a new district. It's here in South Bexar County, East Bexar County, all of Guadalupe, all of Wilson, all of Cards. So you cannot say that all at the same time, but what you can say is we need you to vote in the Republican primary. These folks are voting in the Republican primary often. So Brandon answers the door, you hit available, and then you can ask them 2 questions once you explain them who you're with. Is one, if they're going to vote, and then if they're going to vote for Commander Furman. So they say, "Oh, tell me more about Commander Furman." You don't have to read all this, but here's one of his plans: reverse the invasion, crush the cartels, arrest the crooks, defend our elections, fix the economy, and drain the swamp. You can give this information. They can find voter contact, and they can find out where to early vote. Early voting is February 17th, which is today, until February 27th. February 17th to February 27th, and then March 3rd is the last day to vote in the primary. Very easy to use app. We're only targeting solid conservatives. So all of these people that you're walking, you can walk your neighborhood, you can make friends, but these are the Republican voters that are most likely to vote in the primary, because it's very rare for people to vote in the primary. The other thing, if we could pull up, is calling fellow conservatives on our awesome dial system. This is the dial system. So what you'll have is cell phones or landline. Landlines will automatically leave a voicemail in Commander Furman's voice. Cell phone lines, we will leave a voicemail. So what we're going to do is same script as the doors. We are going to say the similar thing. I'm calling on behalf of Commander Furman for Congress. We are a Trump conservative. We need no more rhinos. We need a fighting conservative like Commander Furman. Commander Furman's a MAGA Republican. He's fighting for Texans, and he needs to support Trump's agenda to go live. Hi, is this Cody? This is Tim with Commander Jay Furman for Congress. We're getting out the vote today. The early voting has begun, and Commander Furman needs your support. Are you voting in the Republican primary coming up? Oh, we got a hung up. Okay, so we got a hung up. Let's take Cody here, who's public information. Let's say he did answer. Let's say he is going to be voting this week, and then let's say he did say he wanted to vote for Commander Furman. Then we would do that. We would hit save, and then we move on and press green and automatically dial. So maybe Cody was in a bad mood or busy, but most of these people, when we hit green, it dials automatically for us, and most of these targets, just like the doors, are going to be strong Republicans. So they could be in a bad mood when we catch them, but if you tell them I'm calling on behalf of Commander Furman, Trump's not on the ballot, but his agenda is. Hey, Deborah. Is this Deborah? Hey, Deborah. This is Tim with Commander Jay Furman. Oh, we got hung up. Okay, so 2 people are busy right now. Not a problem. We'll just tag them as hung up. But all we need to do to help Commander Furman win this seat is if you could make an hour of calls, if you could make an hour of doors, if you could make 4 hours of calls, whatever you can do. So you can make calls on this handy dandy app, great app, or you can knock on doors in your neighborhood. The counties are by phone, by cell phones and landlines by county, and then we'll assign maps based on where you live, and then we'll make sure we give you flyers, or you can pick them up from the Bear GOP office, the Comal GOP office, or contact our staff today. That is the quick training. Anything else from our intern?
No, just be personable and make real connections with voters. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody, and let's win this for Commander Furman by March 3rd. We got to get out the vote, and we are doing that. So thanks, everybody, for Commander Furman. We got to do this. No more rhinos in D.C. We got to send a fighting conservative like Commander Furman to D.C. So let's vote for Commander Furman and save this country. God bless. All right. The Jay Furman last thing we can share is the Text My Friends, which is called relational texting. So what you can do is add your friends. Let's say my friend Andy. You sync the network that you have with the voter universe that Commander Furman has, and you can text this. This is a suggested sample, and it's actually sharing Commander Furman's tied lead in the new poll that we just had. So we're going to say edit and send, and then just like that, little wordy this message, but we can send it, and we can say, hey, Andy, I'm texting you, my friend, and this is the breaking news. So that's how easy it is to do. So check this out. You just press green and it goes and sends. So you can text all of your friends. And if they text you back that they're voting for in the election and they're voting for Commander Furman, and if they want to volunteer, then do that. You can add the email right here. So very cool option. And that's the sign of freedom. We got training, planes going overhead because we're near military base that Commander Furman is at, and that's it. So it's called relational texting. Text your friends. Great way to text. We'll change the messages through here, or you can edit or hit skip voter, but this is called Text My Friends. It's a great way to help Commander Furman, and we'll have different messages that you can choose from, so you can text friends that are in the district, in Furman's district, Commander Furman's district, or out of district, and other ways to share the news, especially like this. Breaking news, Commander Furman is tied as the top candidate in this race right now for Texas 35. So we're going to give Commander Furman more firepower for President Trump, I should say. So this is called Text a Friend on the Numenar app. If you do not have Numenar, contact commanderfurman.com or commanderfurman@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, we're back. Thanks for that awesome training, Tim. We're going to do that every day. Tell your friends to show up to this 4 p.m. Central every day broadcast so that we can answer questions. We can do a quick try up and get people fleeted up. We are crowdsourcing our country back. We do it here. We do it now. This is grassroots all the way. I am a 28-year career Navy veteran, and I came back home after serving overseas so long to see my country looking like the tattered ends of or the beginnings, rather, of a color revolution. And now we're fully in it. They brought in the stormtroopers for that. 25 million wolves in sheep clothing hid amongst them, and we've got to deal with that. And we had a president running roughshod on our economy, President Biden. So time to take it back. And then after we get those priorities done, let's go and do all the other business that needs doing. Make arrests. Let's doge the swamp, all the rest of it. But now is where we put strain on the line. Let's go. Let's get out. Let's move out. Highlight on the walk away here. We are tied. We are tied because this is working. We are tied because you are telling people to show up. We are tied because other fighters support me. And I am a fighter. I am absolutely toe-to-toe, vaccine mandate whistleblower, election integrity enforcer. I have done this my entire life. Look, we're going to do this together now. I'm going to help put us back in the driving seat of our country. We're tied right now for first. Okay. And the next nearest is 8%. So, I mean, let's move out. We are moving out and taking business in our own hands. That's how it should be. Drive government down to the lowest level. And hey, let's make decisions with our money, with our precious resources, about our families. Government should be involved in almost none of that. And again, my hat's off to the president, the great work he's doing. Send me up there to help him out, because we have potentially a 1-vote majority in Congress. All right, that is absolutely devastating. We have to swamp the vote and make sure that obviously every vote counts. So Texas 35 is everybody's hope. Let's get in here, get business done. CommanderFurman.com. Just drop your email address in there, and we will be in touch. All right. Or just tell your friends, flip this broadcast. Whatever you do to influence folks and whatever you're comfortable with, we need you to do and be all in doing it. No measure is too big for our country. I have too many friends that are no longer this side of the ground who gave it all. It's the least we can do to honor them and to carry the guide on forward for our children and our future collectively and for the kingdom of the Lord Jesus Christ. He has blessed our country so richly. It is on us to take up that mantle and to move out and to tell his great message if you're a Christian in this country. But our country provides that opportunity. No, we're not a theocracy like all of the Muslim countries. Absolutely not. In fact, we're trying to keep Sharia law out of this country. All right. It's a pox on our society. It shouldn't be here. If you're going to be a Muslim or any faith practice, come here and assimilate to our Western law and order culture, and then practice your religion in the privacy of your own, and that you don't infringe on other people's rights. That's the Federalist Papers way. That is the compact we have with each other. And in Texas, we like the government to stay out of our business just generally. But there's a few things we have to do at federal level, and I'm going to go make sure we get those done, and not the other things. So, Commander Jay Furman, Texas 35. One more time: South San Antonio, East San Antonio, Guadalupe County, all of it, Wilson County, all of it, and Karnes County, all of it. You're in the new district, and you need to get out and vote. Even if you're not in the district, help us out and tell those people to vote. Time to swamp the vote began today to the 27th of February, and voting day is March 3rd. God bless you. Signing off. I'm getting out to the doors again.